What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Cocktails and Content. And with me, accordingly, is Miss Sarah Underwood. How's it going, Sarah?
Great, great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. First, where are you joining us out of?
So I am in Katy, Texas, just on the suburbs of Houston.
Right
Yep.
on. And then second question, since it is Cocktails and Content, you got to let us know, what are you going to be drinking tonight?
So I got called out already because this is not a cocktail,
Right.
but I am drinking Truly.
Right.
And disclaimer, I like White Claws better, but they didn't have the flavor that I liked, so I had to resort to this.
Fair enough. Yes, ma'am. So I'll be joining you. I have a little bit of Grey Goose and orange juice. Right. Oh, Grey Goose and orange juice. That does rhyme. That's what we're going with. But that's what I'm going to be joining you with here today. So without further ado, let's get a word from our sponsors.
They told us not to go live, drink, and give away our trade secrets, so we decided to do all of it. Welcome to Cocktails and Content, powered by Content Cards. That's contentcardswithaz.com, an easier way to sell homes.
So like we said, to frame this up, that's exactly what a lot of people don't tell us to do. Don't go live and drink. Don't go live and give away your trade secrets. But that's what we want to do here, right? And that's exactly what we're here for. So as I was telling Sarah a little bit before this, I think this will be the first ever real estate drinking game. I've never heard of one before. So Sarah, you're part of history right now. How does that feel?
That feels great. Great.
Yeah. So we're about to make history right here. The first ever real estate drinking game. We won't get too crazy, but we'll get just crazy enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some stats, some statistics. We're going to ask Sarah here some questions. And based on these questions, if she gets them right, I'll take a drink. If she gets them wrong, she takes a drink. And then people at home, you guys can play along too. So if you guys get them wrong, you guys can take a drink and vice versa. Trust me, I'll be taking my drink. So let's just start us off here. Well, Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about your real estate career up until this point right now?
All right. So I just hit my 3 years in the real estate business. I have my own team, and I'm with eXp Realty now. I kind of just lost my train of thought, but no, I mean, I'm a growing team, and
No, I know. And I was able to meet your team in Vegas, which was actually really cool because we've been video conferencing, video chatting for almost, I'd say the better part of like a year now.
Yeah.
We finally got to meet each other in Vegas.
Yeah.
And it was funny. The first time that I met you, I was trying to figure out where you're at in the pool outside. And you don't mind if I tell this story, do you?
I don't care.
So I was trying to find you at the pool outside. I'm like, send me a picture of where you're at. And you didn't mean to do it, but you just sent me a selfie. And I'm like, I see absolutely nothing around you. Like, oh, yeah, that's right. So you had to flip it over. But yeah, that was the first time I met you. But no, it was great to actually meet you in person. We were able to talk content, talk a lot of different things, and of course, have fun. We were in Vegas.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Lots of fun.
So without further ado, let's get this started with the first question. So, Sarah, according to HubSpot, the mere mention of the word video in your email subject increases the open rate by how much? Would it be A, 3%, B, 8%, C, 14%, or D, 19%?
I'm going to go with D.
D? Well, congratulations. It was 19%.
I think I've seen that somewhere before.
Oh, have you?
Well, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe.
I believe it was in the Community Champ book.
That's what I was going to say.
So that might have been it.
I was going to say I probably saw in the email or an email from you or something.
Right. So okay, man. So maybe I should have switched some of these up. I forgot you're on my email sequence. But with that being said, that's crazy. Just the mere fact of just saying the word video, there doesn't even have to be a video in it. You get almost a 20% open rate more with your emails.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one out of every 5 people are going to open your email that wouldn't have opened it before. I know we were talking about this a little bit before too, and we were actually working with KV Corn. I think you used BombBomb, if I'm not mistaken, or you did.
Yeah, so before KV Core updated, the only way to integrate video was with BombBomb. However, they have updated it, and I'm super excited to get rid of that BombBomb account and reintegrate everything through KV Core and just have it all in one spot.
Right. So let me ask you this, like, what videos are you sending out with your emails?
Yeah, so pretty much my buyer drip campaign is educational videos that are no more than like 2 minutes long.
Right.
Just, about the home buying process and new construction homes and things to know and just anything you need to know about buying a home. And so a video goes out to my active buyer leads, I think every 2 weeks,
Right.
a week, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, give me an example of like one of these videos that you're sending out though, too.
What do you mean? Just like what I'm saying,
Like
or
what's the pretense of the video? I know you're saying they're educational, but for people out there that are struggling, coming up with topics with ideas for videos, which is usually the struggle, like give me a topic of one of the videos that you're sending out.
Okay, so like down payment assistance,
Right.
$0 down programs. Now, of course, with some of those, we can't go into too much detail because not everyone
Right.
qualifies for that.
Right.
The general, like, hey, here's how this works. Let's see if you qualify. I think one of our videos is about credit repair. Is that what's holding you back from buying a home? Well, let's get you on credit repair. There's just, anything, really, anything. You can Google, like what we would do is we would Google
Right.
first time home buyer questions, and then just break it down into videos.
Yeah, and that's a great point too, because Google and like there's so many things at our fingertips that give us ideas for these videos. Like I always say, and this is something that we still use to this day. Why didn't we drink today? Matt's asking why we didn't drink at our live, and that's a great point. Maybe because it was noon, but that's a great question as well. But as far as videos go, and this is something that we still use to this day, or I personally do, is looking up blog posts on the subject that I want to talk about. There's a good chance, and man, I wish I remembered it. Dave Finale, I did a live with him, and he talks about there's a website. It might come to me, but you can look up questions on a subject, and they give you questions that everybody is asking about that certain subject. But here's the thing: on the internet, there's so many resources that we can find, whether it's a blog post, like you said, just looking up questions that first-time home buyers ask, and then we create videos based on the need. That's one thing that we were always taught: is figure out what the problem is by the consumer, and then plug yourself into it.
Right, exactly. And even just like, I tell people all the time, get on YouTube. Get on YouTube. If you don't know what to do, get on YouTube and search real estate on YouTube and see what real estate videos come up and duplicate it, Put your own spin on it and duplicate it.
Right. I always say R&D. I like rip off and duplicate. I think there's another way of saying R&D, but I like rip off and duplicate.
Exactly. Yeah. But and I think a lot of people get caught up in overthinking it, really. I think that's the biggest thing is people overthink it. And like, I get it because, you want it to be perfect, but it's not going to be perfect. Just get the content out there and people are going to listen to it.
Right. No, and that's a great point too about making things perfect and making it for the consumer. So when you're looking up things on YouTube, when you're looking up things on Google, you're making a buyer drip campaign. So just looking up what problems do first-time home buyers have, or what questions do first-time home buyers have, and making videos that like listen to your audience, listen to what they're already telling you to make. Just create content around that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yep. All right. So this will bring us to question 2. Are you ready? Are you sure?
I think so.
All right, let's go on to question 2. So according to BombBomb, there we go. Among their own customer base, they found that blank percent dramatically increased their lead conversion using video. So would that be 18%, 46%, 68%, or D, 87?
68. Was that one of them? See? I'm too good.
Sarah. Maybe I shouldn't have brought you on for this first episode, and you're drinking with me anyway, so it's all right. But we're getting through it. So no, that's again, I'm looking at these stats, and it's very interesting. So 68% of people, that's over half of them, say that like using video and utilizing video increase their lead conversion. So I know something that you've been doing a lot, or I don't know if you've been doing as much recently, was with your mortgage broker, right? Or your mortgage lender.
Yep.
So like walk me through a little bit about the process of like what were you guys doing live about? Like what were some of those things that you were guys talking about?
The whole pretty much the same thing, the home buyer process and everything. You know, just what we would try to do is like her have a question for me on the real estate side of it, and then I'd have a question for her on the lending side of it. So, you know, she might ask me a question about, I don't know, how much does it cost for a buyer to work with a real estate agent, you know?
Right.
And then I would maybe ask her, how long does it take to get pre-approved? Just simple questions like that, that people have, but, you know, just that's pretty much what we would do. And then most of those videos are actually what is made into our buyer campaign. So instead of making double content, just reuse everything. And so, you know, you'll find our videos on YouTube, Facebook, and then they're all in the buyer campaigns as well.
And that's a great point. Like great part about it is like we were saying, it made their lead conversion that much better. I can't tell you how many times I've met people, whether it was just meeting them at a conference that I was at, whether it was meeting them in Vegas, Phoenix when I was there, or just places here locally. They come up to me and they talk to me like they're my best friend.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because of video. It's not even a lot of times what I'm saying in the video.
No, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they see you in that video.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the greatest things about this. I mean, heck, like we said, I never even met you in person, but I was going up to you and your whole group like we were best friends.
Exactly.
We were in video conferences. We were talking all the time. We saw each other in videos. It's really that simple.
Exactly. And it's the same thing in your business as well. You know, I can't tell you how many people have said, I love your videos, or like, I know you from your videos, or, you know, things like that, that you become your own little like celebrity almost.
Right. Your local celebrity. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, let me ask you this, Sarah. Give me a specific time, like when you did not expect it whatsoever, that your videos or so, like you didn't realize this person was watching your videos and they came up to you and said something. Can you recall anything like that?
Similar. This actually happened really recently. So,
really?
Yeah. So,
Don't mind me, people.
Dang, I'm slacking over here.
Nope. But anyways, yeah, keep going.
Okay, so back in, I think it was May, I had a listing and I did an open house, and the neighbor came in and he was renting, and so, you know, I talked to him, whatever, and I've stayed following up with him.
Archer. All right, keep going. That's the value of going live. There is no editing my jumping out.
Yeah, this is real. This is as real as life gets right now.
There we go.
But no, so he came into my open house, and you know, I've been following up with him every few months, whatever. And so I actually talked to him the other day, and I was like, hey, you know, I just wanted to follow up with you. What's your time frame looking like right now? Are you a few more months or whatever? And he goes, you know what? He said, my wife had a real estate agent that she really wants to use. And so my heart just sunk, because I'm like, man, I've been with this guy for how long now?
Right.
But he said, turns out it was you all along. And she was at the open house. I never met her. And I said, wait, say that again? And he said, my wife wants to use you. She saw your content online and told me that she really wanted to use you as a realtor when we buy because of your content and stuff. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I'm over here like, wow, because, you know, like I still live in a big city. It's not like this tiny town where everyone knows everyone.
Right.
You know? And so that was really, that caught me off guard. But that's when I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing is working, you know?
Yeah. And that's a great thing about it too. Like you said, when it works and when it's right in front of you, you never know who's watching it. Especially we could be sitting here. Usually I say drinking somewhere and your video is working, but we're doing both right now. But a lot of times too, you could be out at a bar, you could be out with your friends, you could be anywhere, but your video's still working. And that's the greatest part about this. Like you said, like you had no idea. Houston's a big city, but you're putting out so much content. You're putting out valuable content the right way, and people are picking up on it, and you get to see it firsthand.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna go to question 3, and hopefully you don't put me in another hole here. All right.
All right.
So question 3, according to entrepreneur.com, blank times as many people would prefer to watch video about a product than read about it. Would it be A, 4 times? B, 10 times, C, 2 times, or D, the same?
10 times.
10 times? Well, Sarah, you got one wrong. There we go. It's A, 4 times as many people. That's still a vast majority of people out there, right? So you think 1 out of 4, what is that? 1 out of 4 people would rather watch a video about a product than read about it.
Right.
And this is something I was just talking about the other day. How many times I've scrolled past blog posts. I'll read the title of a blog post and I feel like I read the whole article.
Right.
Like, I don't need to hear the rest about it. It's just I read the top and I don't want to do more. Why? Because a lot of times everybody here goes to social media because they're lazy and bored. And guess what? When I'm lazy and bored, the last thing I want to do is read.
Read something.
If I want to read, I'll put down my phone and read a book.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I literally just texted my mom earlier because I didn't know what was going on with, and I'm not getting into anything political. I just didn't know what was going on with all of that right now, right? So I text my mom and I'm like, Mom, what's going on with this? She sends me a news article that's like this long to read. And I was like, I am not reading that. That's why I texted you.
Yeah. I wanted the Cliff Notes version.
Right. I texted you for the summary.
Right. No, 100%. And that's what we want in today's day and age. If there's a video about it, I'll stop and watch the video.
Right.
We go places that make it easier. That's a great point, and I figured it was going to be brought up at some point throughout this live. You know how many? That's exactly what happened here. I reached out to my sister too, and I'm like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And she gave me the lowdown. I'm like, "Okay, thank you." And that's all. There is about 50 articles I could have scrolled by and read.
Right.
But who does that? Well, people do. But
apparently, because I mean, I saw it all online, you know, article after article after article, and I'm not clicking on any of it. Text my mom, she sends me an article.
And that puts it in perspective too, because a lot of times too, as agents or people in the real estate industry, we think our other competition is realtors. And that's dead wrong. Our competition is the person who just had a baby on Facebook, your relative who just got married. That's our competition when we're on Facebook, Instagram, all these other platforms. We think it's just the other realtor who's not doing it yet, so who cares? But that's not who we're competing against. So if we're not shooting video, if we're not making it easier, then like what are we doing?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so let's go on to the last question here.
All right.
So right now you're up 2-1, if we might add here. So this will be the tiebreaker.
What will do?
A tie? No, a tie won't do. We'll come up with a fifth one.
Okay.
All right, so according to Forbes, between blank percentage of people who view a company's Facebook video then proceed to the company's website. So basically, if I watch your video, how likely am I to go to your website? Would it be A, 20 to 30%, B, 40 to 50%, C, 60 to 70%, or D, 80 to 90%?
I'm gonna guess B. 40
to 50%. Drum roll. Oh, it was C, 60 to 70%.
Dang.
Right. But that is a really eye-opening quote or eye-opening stat. So 60 to 70% of people who watch your video based on your company or your company video are going to proceed to go to your website.
That's a lot.
60 to 70 people who watch your company video. We're not just talking about a random live, but like your company video where you tell people to click the link are going to go to your website.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Based on that stat, what's next for Sarah Underwood in video? That's what everybody's itching to know.
Well, a lot more video, of course. Because I mean, yeah, that's where it's at, you know. We have a marketing plan in place for next year. And a lot of what we're going to be doing, a lot of people won't see unless they click on our ads, but because there's going to be a lot of retargeting going on, but that retargeting is definitely all 100% going to be video.
Right.
Video testimonials, things of that sort. And it's going to be laid out where, they won't see this video until they see this much of this video.
Right.
And, then once they watch 30 seconds of this, now they're going to start seeing the testimonials, right? Or whatever it may be. That's not, of course, though, if you don't click on our ads, you're not going to see a lot of that. And our ads will have the, detailed targeting to what we're going after and stuff. But regardless, other than that, there's still going to be plenty of video content out there for, our Facebook friends and people that follow our business page and Instagram. I mean, I'm on Instagram every single day with video.
Yeah, you're on it every single day. I tune in to watch your story. Why to keep it interesting?
Definitely do.
It's not always real estate related. Some days you break down the side of the road and you're fixing your tire. I'm like, oh, that's Sarah. I'm gonna tune in tomorrow.
Not anymore. I got a new car.
Oh, you did get a new car. That baby's not breaking down. Let's just say that right now. That is not breaking down. Yeah. Right. Okay.
But no, did you see today's video about in the hood and the cop followed me in?
I did. All right. Why don't you tell people who didn't watch that?
All right. So I'm a mentor with eXp Realty. So, right. I'm helping other agents and things like that. So I have a guy that I'm working with right now, and he's an investor and he's flipping a property. Right. So, him and I were talking numbers over online about what to list the house at. Right. And long story short, we were talking. It was like I was at the bar running numbers on this property. Okay. And then I go back and look at it again, and I was like, wait, I'm not confident in my numbers. I think we can list it for more, but right. I want to go back. I want to go see the property. So he's like, okay. So he sends me the address. And, we plan to meet up there today and everything. And I'm like seeing the streets and I'm like, all right, I know where this is at. I know. So my question to him was like, yo, is my car going to get stolen? Because I know where I'm going. And right. So, main roads, whatever. And then like the hood in Houston, when you're there because yep. It's railroad tracks. Like you just run into the track and right there where you're at. Right. So, I'm turning and I'm like, all right, there's the railroad tracks. And all of a sudden a cop comes up behind me. And I was just like, really? Like, I'm not even doing anything. Come on now. Right. And, I still have paper plates on my car too. So that doesn't help.
A paper plates, a nice car in a bad neighborhood. There's something not adding up.
I'm wearing rap music at that too. Yeah. So I'm like, and my sunroof was open, so I'm sure he could hear it. I don't know. Anyways, he follows me the whole way in. And, all I could think was, okay, this guy, this is really bad. This cop either thinks I'm like the dealer around here. He thinks he's about to really bust someone.
That's not little old Sarah Underwood out of the car.
Or he's like, okay, Baby Underwood, my nickname's Baby Underwood. Baby Underwood does not need to be around here. Let me make sure she can get somewhere safe or knows where she's going, but the whole time I was just like, that's how my life goes. Right. It's something every day.
Right.
But it keeps it interesting for sure.
No, it definitely does keep it interesting. And like you were saying, he's in a setting like something is not adding up here. Yeah, and then he sees you step out of the car.
Yeah, I know. I was like pulling in and I was like, oh my gosh, really? Like, I hope this guy does not pull me over right now. I'm not in the mood for this. But he followed me the whole way to the house until I
had an escort the whole way to the house. So you're a little bit safer. So there we go.
He saw the dumpster outside and he was like, all right, she belongs here. She's a real estate agent.
That's the only logical thing. That's the next question is she must be a real estate agent. She's either a drug dealer or she's pulling in here because she's a real estate agent. Right.
Exactly. Which one is it?
Right. I'm still not convinced is the final answer.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Sarah, signing off here, give me one tidbit of one thing that you've learned from this last year, because you've really started to get into video, utilizing your drip campaigns, doing different segments. What's one thing you wish you would have known at the beginning of the year that you've learned throughout the year?
To utilize automation as much as possible. And so with that, of course, is your videos, because like you were saying, your videos are online. People are watching them whenever, while you're sleeping, whatever. But not only just video, having a system in place where if a lead comes in, are they getting texted right away? Are they getting a voicemail drop right away? Are they getting, what are they getting right away? Because response time is super important.
Right.
And, for so long, we're just spending money on ads and not converting anything because they're not getting called till however long later, and we're still trying to go through those leads and still connect with them and stuff. But so definitely automation, having a system that can do all that for you, like with EXP having KV Core. It's a no-brainer. It does it all for us.
No, and like you said, automation, that's, I know, something that we continue to work on is how can we replace ourselves with automation? So we do have to break the tiebreaker. It is 2-2. So I did think of a question. All right. So who is the #1 digital business card in real estate?
Content cards.
Oh, I guess I got to drink.
Darn, I'll drink to that too.
That was a tough one, right? No, but anyways, thank you, Sarah, for coming on. It's always a good time. And being a part of the very first, like I said, I don't think there has ever been another drinking real estate game. So
I know. We got to do it again.
Thank you for being a part of the very first one and episode 1 of Cocktails and Content. And we'll see you guys next week.
They told us not to go live, drink, and give away our trade secrets, so we decided to do all of it. Welcome to Cocktails and Content, powered by Content Cards. That's contentcardswithaz.com, an easier way to sell homes.